Welcome everyone, how are you tonight? I'm doing all right. Oh, my goodness. I just came in from Westeros. Oh my God, I was at the worst wedding ever. My God, I went back in to get my present. You know, I can re-gift it. There's another wedding coming up in June. Marjorie and Joffrey, that one should be fine. Yeah, I did manage to wipe the blood off of this, but it's got a few knife holes in it and everything. You can obviously tell that I just came from Westeros, no? I mean, after all, I'm the only queen in here with drag on. Drag on. I was so tempted to tell that joke last night at the masquerade, but since you paid, I wanted to give it to you. We are doing, our charity this year is the Nepal Youth Foundation. It's a wonderful charity. You should go online and check them out. Thank you everyone for coming tonight. We really do appreciate the money that is going to our charity this year. And we're going to have a lot of me tonight. I'm so very sorry in advance. We do have some other things that'll be going on for you tonight, and I'm just going to let them be a surprise. How about that? You know, I am a Star Trek drag queen, right? I'm the chief cosmetologist on the USS Enterprise under Captain James T. Kirk. I do travel around quite a bit. You know, I was on Vulcan recently. You've heard of Vulcan, the planet? Yeah, it is an incredibly boring place. So incredibly boring. Unless, of course, you really, really like logic, and then it's your jam. Seriously. I mean, everything on Vulcan is logical.
How logical is it?
It's very logical. That's not the setup for this one. I'll point at you, dear. The food is logical. The entertainment is logical. The traffic is logical. The mating rituals and hairstyles, well, they're batshit crazy, but you can't have everything. Yeah, you know, they do, actually one logical thing, they do have gay marriage on Vulcan. Yeah, they just call it marriage though. It's logical. Yeah. Anywho, you know, on Vulcan they have a saying, do you know that saying? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, or the one. You've heard that before? Well, I don't agree with that. You know, I say the needs of this mini skirt outweigh the needs of everyone. No, it's a joke. It's not a very good one, but it's a joke. Yeah, you know, I was also on Kronos recently. You know Kronos? Yeah, it's the Klingon homeworld. You've heard of that place? Yeah, you know, they have a saying on Kronos. Do you know that Klingon saying? Revenge is a dish that's best served cold. You know this one? It's a little different in different parts of Kronos. You know, in the South they say, revenge is a dish that's best served fried. And I couldn't agree with that more. It's the only way I can eat bloodworms. Fried, crispy. I mean, if you crisp anything up, you can eat it. Yeah. And now I'm talking a lot about Star Trek, but this isn't a Star Trek convention. What kind of convention is this? This is a Doctor Who convention, right? Doctor Who. Yeah, you know, why would they ask a Star Trek drag queen to a Doctor Who convention?
So they can't find a Doctor Who?
I am a time traveler, that's true. I'm basically a big blue box, as you can see. And that is why I will never wear a flashing light on my head again.
They try to enter you?
Yeah, and you know, my girdle ensures that I am smaller on the outside, even though I am larger on the inside. Much, much larger in there. I don't need Spanx, I need full-on child abuse. It's true. It is true. Yep, yep. So I travel around. One of the secrets that you should know about me, I am actually from Gallifrey. Yes, I am from Gallifrey. I'm a time traveler. I am the last of the time ladies. I am. Well, actually, there are other women from Gallifrey who are still around, but I wouldn't call them ladies, if you know what I mean. Yeah, you know, so I do travel around a lot. I was just on Hoth. You know Hoth? Yeah. Hoth is so cold. Here it is. Hoth is so cold, I had to take the tauntaun I was sleeping in and put it inside another tauntaun just to stay warm. Yeah, you know, I know a lot of people across all of the sci-fi fandoms, you know. I know Yoda. I know I look very young, but I'm older than you think I am. I know Yoda. I knew him when he was still a gremlin. I told him he shouldn't move to that swampy planet. It's just not a good thing for him, not a good fit. He's probably eating after midnight, too. That movie is called Gremlins. Children, go watch it, because obviously no one here has. Anywho, you know, Princess Leia and I, we went to finishing school together. We did. We went to finishing school together, Princess Leia and I. I spent a lot of time on Alderaan. It was a blast. Too soon? Yeah, you know, Alderaan, I did a lot of dating on Alderaan. I did Jedi Mingle. Those guys are fanatics, Jedi Mingle. I did Match.com on Alderaan, but none of it worked out. I was looking for love in Alderaan places. No. So I started dating androids. You know, I started dating androids instead of men. Yeah, they're much better. I dated this one android, but it didn't work out. He had a beautiful chrome case. Yeah, but you know how when you date somebody and they have that one characteristic you just can't get over? Well, this one had one big lazy eye. I couldn't tell if he was looking for me or at me. Yeah, but that didn't work out, you know. He kept saying, I kept insisting to him that I didn't have the defense grid colony codes. Yeah, and he kept saying I was using him as an ATM. I asked him to do that transaction in Spanish just to push his buttons. Push his buttons. ATM, do you want this transaction in Spanish? Yeah. Yeah, you know, he said I was his number 1, but I think I was more like his number 6. All of these last jokes were about Battlestar Galactica, just in case you didn't get any of them. You can go watch the show, come back, and I'll explain them to you. Yeah, I dated another android, a golden android, you know, but he was always falling apart, very prissy. I also dated, he wasn't quite an android, but it was the Tin Man from Oz. Very gullible he was. He believed anything I told him, you know. Very gullible and very heavy. Yeah, they said he was 10, but he was easily led. You know, none of those androids worked out, you know. They just weren't the droids I was looking for. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you see how far I'll go for a joke for you. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. The next thing up is I'm going to sing a little song for you. What do you think about that? Now, I have an album coming out later this year. There's going to be a Kickstarter to raise money so that we can actually make some CDs. So you can drop all of your money into that. I'm doing an album. Anybody here ever heard of the band 5 Year Mission?
Yeah.
I'm doing cover songs of 5 Year Mission, and it's called Moxie Does 5 Year Mission. I also have 2 original songs. This is the first time I've ever performed the song tonight that I'm going to perform for you. I wrote it and recorded it, and it's going to be on the album. So this is the first song I've ever written. I've been playing this ukulele, you know, for 2 years, so this is ridiculous. So it's going to be terrible. I'm just warning you in advance. And this one is called The Ballad of Moxie Ann Magus. They make them this way so they fit right now. Test, test, test. Oh, that sounds lovely, doesn't it? You know, all the notes are in this thing. I may not find them, but they're all in there. Smile when you sing, right? They say the day that she was born, D minor, the stars aligned in the early morn, and signs auspicious rose on every planet. The prophecy had come to pass, New Age ushered in at last, her birth's the only thing that could explain it. Creatures big and creatures small, the hair stood up on one and all, no styling could contain the furry bliss. The universe's molecules and every creature's follicles welcome the birth of its cosmetologist. This is where it gets real country, folks. She's Moxie Ann Magus. Oh, sorry, I can't hear my U very well. She's Moxie Ann Magus. Moxie Ann Magus. First time I performed it. Queen of the wild final frontier. There we go, I'll get it out eventually. I told you they're all in here. Well, I gotta get that country in my voice, don't I? Well, Moxie grew up smart and grew up purty. She broke the hearts and records of Starfleet. She whooped a dozen Klingons and twice as many Romulans and even knocked an admiral off his feet. She's Moxie Ann Magus, queen of the final frontier. I'm messing up all over the place. Are you still okay out there? We're going to have some real music after this. Well, they say she styled hair in every quadrant. No creature was too ugly or heinous. She found the beauty identical, styling gaseous clouds or tentacles. She even styled the hair on Uranus, the planet. She's Moxie Ann Magus, queen of the final frontier. Well, tragedy, everyone. Well, it was actually good luck for you guys. This is the next verse. Are you ready? Some say she fell into a wormhole. She tumbled headlong off into the deep. Her disappearance left a void in the hearts of man and beast and droid. Why, it even made the Vulcan Council weep. Actually, let's skip that part. Let's do this part. Are you ready? I'm gonna learn this song eventually. She was strong and she was tall, but her hairspray was stronger and her bouffant hair was even taller. Well, back in time, our Moxie, she did travel from the 23rd century to the 21st. And folks say if you listen right on a dark and cloudless starry night, you can still hear her singing, and it's the worst. And the playing is even worse. 'Cause she's Moxie Ann Magus, queen of the final frontier. here. I'm gonna do this right one time. She's Moxie Ann Magus, queen of the final frontier. She's one of Starfleet's curviest astronautical hairstylists. She's a xenocosmetologist, queen of the final frontier. Yeehaw! I am so very sorry. We have some. Has anybody seen Tales from Salon Bay? We have some special Doctor Who themed ones just for you. Beauty is relative, and as you know, if you've seen any of my relatives, it's not always great. Up next, we're going to have Court Lewis come up and sing for us. Now, he's very lucky to follow me tonight because he'll do very well. You'll get to see what real music sounds like. Here he comes. Everyone give a big round of applause for Court. So he's going to do a couple songs, and then I'll be back. Hello.
You know, I never knew what this curve was for, so I realized that I could improve my playing by getting some rest. So. All right, so I'm going to play a couple songs. Maybe you will recognize them. Maybe you won't. I hope you will. I talked to Alan, and he thought it was a good idea. The first one is in the key of Kiss. So some Doctor Who themed rock and roll. Sing along. He'll tell you Strutter. Do y'all know that song? No? Couple. I see a couple. Strutter. I need some pyrotechnics. some makeup, right? Maybe. Bam! All right, I'll slow it down a little bit. This one you should recognize. Woman.
Thank you so much.
Test, too low, too low, too low.
Test, too high, test. That's good, thank you. Okay, thank you. Everybody give Cortland a really big round of applause. That was wonderful, wonderful. And I'm so sorry for poking my head in and acting like an idiot. I hope I didn't mess you up. But we have a very special thing for you next. Are you ready for something very special?